to the place where danger waits, and it's bound to forsake me. So stupid minded.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
Welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. It's been a minute since you've seen me on the podcast side because we've been cooking on the Mic Council. So let me reintroduce it to you. The Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is designed to bring you the intelligence and the integrity of hip hop by talking to artists, like not only artists, but as people. A lot of people get on your favorite podcast, they talk about stuff that's not really relevant or important. We believe that we are God's heritage and this heritage of hip hop. We introduce you to your future favorite artists today while celebrating this culture that we call hip hop. And before we get into all the conversations and talking every day, I like to say, if you like heritage hip hop, when you come into the room, hit the like button. Make sure, you join the comments and you share. Also hit the Cash App, $ Heritage Hip Hop. I am building this platform. I'm building this platform into something great, and I would love your help to help me do it. Now, on today's episode, we have an artist that's not a stranger to heritage hip hop. He came on before, and this artist is from Buffalo, New York. But let me tell you something about this artist before you get to hear his full story, if you missed the first interview. Some artists rap because they can. Some people do it to escape. Some people do it as a talent, some people do it as an art, and some people do it as a form of therapy. This artist has a range by not only how he uses his words, but why he raps the way he does, and you can never deny the truthful energy that he gives you when his words impact you in the speaker or however you're hearing him. I had the pleasure of doing one project before, but we have a couple projects we're going to talk about tonight. We have Son of Tony 1 and 2, and we also have the new project, Son is a Bastard. I want to introduce you, if you've never met this artist, to the Son of Tony. What's going on, fam?
Peace, man. How you doing?
I don't know, man. That microphone started bugging out again, yo. Try one more time. We're going to let him come out, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to... Because we got to get this microphone right, because I want everybody to hear you. All right, we're going to wait for him to come back in, and then we're going to have this conversation, because I don't want y'all to miss this. How y'all like the new look for Heritage Hip Hop? We got the logo in the middle right there. We got the subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop at the bottom. If you're on Twitter, Facebook, hey, join us. Join us on YouTube. All right? The YouTube family's up. What's going on? Can you talk now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Peace. Yep.
All right, perfect. So let's give people a reintroduction into who you are. Tell them about yourself and tell them where you come from.
My stage name is Son of Tony, but my real name is Fahim Sincere. I'm from Buffalo, New York. And I'm one of the guys that's holding up hip hop here.
You know what's dope? When we talk about hip hop in other regions, and New York is not a region, but upstate New York is treated as such. It was talk at one time because Buffalo was new, right? Mm-hmm. And people were just getting introduced to that sound. Being that Buffalo has kind of shook off that new status and people have come to respect the region more for its talent, how has your career, now that people are acknowledging your territory as viable in hip hop today?
Upstate New York is on fire. I feel like, some of the guys that's from my city, the bigger names, they created the platform. They got the light. on the whole entire city. I think we all benefited from it.
You know what's funny though? When people blow up, a lot of people blame them for not doing something for the city and coming back. Does Buffalo suffer from that as well? Are there people looking for handouts, or are people just grinding, getting theirs?
See, that could go either way. I'm pretty sure with everybody that get in tune with greatness and being on Front Street, they try to keep their circle small. So with those guys, they try to keep their circle small, and they bring people in. They bring their people in. That got nothing to do with the individual grind that we each got to put in to get the names and the juice that we got. We all got to put the work in. We all got to put the records out. We all got to put the videos out. So it all depends. Everything is perception with me. So that's just my idea.
I think it's weird because when it comes to hip hop, everybody wants to claim something when it's relevant. Everybody wants to say what's theirs and what's not when it's lucrative. But the grind and the struggle makes the payoff that much better. Why do you think, as an artist, especially in your case, why do you think it was important to go through the grind to get where you are and ultimately get to your ultimate goal at the end?
You never get clean if you never get dirty. You got to go through the dirt. You got to go through, what I hear everybody say, they get it out the mud. I think that term is pretty accurate because you plant the seeds, you water the seeds, you eventually water the seeds enough to watch it grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the work that you put in and staying consistent and giving people the choice to choose. If you're not giving people a choice to choose you, how you gonna get chose?
That's very interesting because a lot of people choose the easy way, but there is no easy way in hip
There's
hop.
no easy way.
And you know what's one of the ways that's not easy that I see people turn their back on is the personal struggle. Because being in hip hop, being an artist, is one of the most self-giving things that puts you either it can make you poor or the ultimate payoff can make you rich.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the poorness is the struggle of your humanity and being lost by trying to accomplish a dream. Have you taken any losses that made this journey as an artist very bitter to you?
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Absolutely. I love this game. Hip hop raised me, basically. I don't care what feeling, what emotion I might have been feeling. I can go to a certain project, a certain artist, a certain group, and I could get that type of music that reflects those feelings, those emotions. It's something to emotionally connect to. Somebody told me when I first started, and I didn't really know this guy, but because I was on a radio station, working at a radio station, we got to meet each other. And this guy tells me one day, he was like, he said, you got a girl? I said, yeah. He said, you got a family? I said, yeah. I said, yeah. He was like, be prepared to lose it all. And I looked at him like, you gotta be a bozo. Like who says that to somebody that they don't even know, right? But it was accurate because on this journey, I lost my mother, I lost my brother, I lost my grandmother and my brother in the same week. The people that you wind up doing it for don't even get a chance to see you grow. That's a different type of sting, right? Different type of sting. So as far as family, that's about the one thing that really make me bitter about this whole game is them not being able to see me be the best I've ever been. And it will contribute to, our legacy and the generations going after.
Everybody out there that can hear us, I need you to comment because I'm gonna get feedback again. I want to know if y'all can hear this very well. Shout out to my family on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you hit the like button and join the conversation because I want to know, is this me? I don't know what's going on with the sound. But let's continue. I will vouch for you for this. Since I've been introduced to you, heard your music, you got a lot of introspective and pain when it comes to your music. Because you talk about some real life things, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's from how the streets interact with you or even inner man that when you lose that comfort, that family, when you lose that safety that you have knowing somebody's always there, how do you find the strength to continue on and to be your best artist as well as being your best man at the same time?
That's just personal determination. That's just my drive to keep going at any cost. Everything that presents itself is not an enemy to you. Every adversity that presents itself to you is not your enemy. Some of the most painful shit cause some of the most beautiful growth. I look forward to the muck and the mire, things that go astray, disarray. I look for the wrong things because I know it can't beat the process. Nothing beats the process. You have to be present. You have to follow the steps to get to where you need to go. I will be there like every need.
You know, it's hard to measure the means to a person until they go through personal tragedy so they can celebrate their triumph. Losing 3 loved ones, your brother, right? Condolences to
All
you.
in a year.
All in 1 year. Condolences to you. That's very hard because I recently saw there are people now that take death such a joke that even the word condolence doesn't mean. So when people have their false understanding of who we are, we always, especially men, we overcompensate by wanting to prove to show the world we're worthy. How do you stay focused on your past? You're not proving anything to anyone, but you're honoring the people that you lost.
Honor is a big thing to me. I got tattoos on my hands, on both hands, right? And one says live, suffer, celebrate. The other one says loyalty, betrayal, and honor. You live loyalty, you suffer betrayal, but through it all, you never forget to celebrate your honor. I believe in homage. I believe in giving light to what has given light to me. If being the person that walk in the light, how you gonna forget about the people that came before you or the people that helped you become what you've become? And even though this is something that I chose for myself and I did for myself, it technically wasn't for me. It was to change the position of my family, my kids. I had no idea that it would feel as fulfilling as it does at moments, but when God got a calling on your life and you find your purpose, that's a whole different type of fire and it burns bright. And some people shy away from it, and then there are those of us that run to it. I used to run to the danger. This is the danger zone, man. It's dangerous in a lot of different ways. I think being a solo artist is one of the hardest things you could ever pick in this lifetime. To have the wherewithal to see it through, that defines you. These are the moments in the situations that make you. You can't give up. You never know if you make it if you give up.
That's interesting because a lot of people give up just for the sake of. Because some people do things just to say they did it. And some people would rather exist than rather have purpose. How do you find your purpose and exist with a goal at all times?
It's what's in your heart. It's what's in your mind. And what's in your heart might not necessarily always align with what's in your mind. And your mind might not necessarily always align with your heart. So what do you do in that instance? You do what feels best. You do what you get the result from. If it's bringing you results, you stick with it until you make something happen. That one key in that one hole, or them three different holes in them doors, might take you to a whole nother set of doors. Them doors might be luxurious at the end of it.
Mm. All right, we still working out these mics. We gonna make it. Huh?
Say that again.
I said we still working out these mics. I'm getting feedbacks from somewhere. I think I'm good. We all right.
What about now?
Nah, it's the mic. It ain't it's the mics. It got to be the mic. But let's continue because we're now talking about following dreams, right? And we're talking about doing what it takes to be Let me see something. How do how do we sound?
That sound better right there.
I sound better.
You sound better.
I have feedback. How about now? Nope. How we doing now?
There you go. No feedback.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Nope, it just came back.
What is going on? How about now?
It's still there sounding good.
Wow, this is new. All right, give me 1 second. How about now?
Yeah, you good.
You all right too?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Perfect. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for this. StreamYard is going bananas today. I don't know what's going on, but I have a great artist, San Antonio, on right now. We've been talking about loss and the struggle of what it is to be an artist, but as an artist, what does it mean now to be a part of a culture that has to constantly be defended? You're doing your art, and then what you're doing your art for is always being attacked. I know you see these conversations where people talk about who created hip hop, who started hip hop, where did it come from. When you hear that, and you already have your goal of being one of the best in it, how does this bother you, and why does it or does it not?
It don't bother me. Whoever want to take the credit for making this beautiful, wonderful, magnificent, amazing ass game that we got, take it. Just let us get in. Let us in. It was made for everybody. So, I'm trying to think of that show on Netflix, man. What's the name of that musical, man? Where they were showing Furious 5 and
Get down.
The Get Down. That's one of my favorite joints, man. Black and brown together, man. Black and brown together, man. It's always been that way. So I feel like that's one of the greatest representations of what we had.
Mm-hmm.
And what it took to all get there. You know what I'm saying? You see how when it was time to run away from Annie, they had to go to the forefathers. They had to, you know what I'm saying? They had to go to the forefathers to get their blessing to help them out of that trauma. You know what I'm saying? Annie getting the record. That's basically what we go through, man. It's basically what we go through.
I agree. I mean, if hip hop, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's black culture. No matter how you want to size it up, who made it or whatever. It's funny how this conversation came about after the 50th year where people want to make money. And if we look at the traits of hip hop is peace, love, unity, and having fun. Peace got taken out of it because people glorify guns, murder, and sex. Love got taken out of it because now it's all about the almighty dollar. Forget love for each other. You don't even love the game or culture enough to protect it. Now they're attacking the unity. And with hip hop being the number one genre in the world that brings people together, if they could control and destroy the unity, will hip hop survive? That's what bothers me the most because when you say let us in, if they destroy the unity, what are you coming into? And then how does your music stand the test of time? How do you answer that?
Where is the unity? That unity that you speak of, where is it?
Well, there's two forms of unity. There's cultural unity,
Huh?
and then there's the unity through struggle.
Huh?
Now, as long as people are struggling, they will unite. And one thing I've seen through independent hip hop, more independent artists collab than mainstream artists have ever done before.
Yep.
I've seen more people come together to do shows, paid and unpaid, just so they can be heard. And they link up with people, and that makes money for them. Because people will buy your shirts or your music if you touch them. And that makes money for the community because you're bringing people to venues. So there's unity there. So that's independent, underground, community, etc. As far as mainstream unity, it's funny how it seems like almost everybody famous is related, and they're all under an umbrella, which means if you're not under the umbrella, you washed up. And until you get the invite, no one's letting you in. So what do you say to that?
Whenever I get a question like that, I try to do the politically correct thing, right? But you gotta wreck shit. You gotta really put your foot on the neck for them to understand you are not going nowhere. That you meant to be here. So to me, it's all about proving. This is the toughest proving ground. This is harder than the NFL. This is harder than all of the major sports that we got because this is not celebrated in the way that sports is. It's celebrated completely different. Um, it's not so much for the revenue; it's for the love. You know what I'm saying? The universal language that connects us all. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge that we get out of it, the feelings, the emotional content. It's not really well, it is for the entertainment, but um, I think it's bigger components of it. Just depends on how you look at it. Again, perception. But the unity that you speak of is correct, and I do see that, and I applaud it everywhere I go, and I try to make sure that I grassroots touch people the same way that I was when I hadn't decided that this was the life for me or that this is what God chose for me. So um, it's really a matter of you being hungry enough to change the position. Um, it's so many of us that do this. The ones that stick out and the ones that know people get there quicker.
You know what? That's interesting, and I'm echoing. That's interesting because I'm gonna ask you a question that I think most people need to hear, but they're scared to ask. If people want to stand out, why don't they spend the money to show that they believe in themselves? When it's proven that the people who invest in themselves get exactly what they put into themselves. Why do you think that's the buster when it comes to making it and to the unity in independent hip hop?
There are I'm telling you, there are so many artists that got the skill of a mainstream artist, but they broke. Money is always gonna be that one booger. That one, you know how you talking to somebody and the booger just hanging right there. It's the booger. Sometimes you want to say something, sometimes you don't. That's the one booger. It's the money. The money is the booger. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you be great without the funds? So now you using ingenuity and you using different factors of chance and networking and you doing all of these other things and that even takes you away from the music a little bit. Um, that's a double-sided sword. It's like pick your poison. But money is always going to be that factor. But that's why you hear I can't remember what artist that was a little while ago. He was talking about you got to work a job. Keep your 9 to 5 while you trying to get on. Because how you gonna feed your family? How you taking care of your kids? How you maintaining until that situation happens? So if you are an independent artist, I feel like your best bet is if you're not living that street life and you're not in the streets and you're trying to do the right thing and you're standing up right, yeah, you're gonna have to work a job, 2 jobs, maybe even 3 jobs to get to where you want to be. Some people work no job and it just happens for them. But that's what's supposed to happen when you have every single available moment to dedicate yourself to your craft and get in the head. But best believe somebody helping.
Stand on your square. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stand on Your Square portion of the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast is when the artist says something profound, and we're going to elaborate on what he said. It's very interesting that you said that a rapper said, keep your 9 to 5, right? Keep doing it. You know what one person from the industry told me? They told me that if a person doesn't make it, it's their own fault
Mm-hmm.
because everything is so easily given to you that until you invest in yourself, no one's really going to understand who you are. For instance, back in the day, it was a big thing to have a video out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now people got iPhones and Samsungs, so the video's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Editing software,
Mm-hmm.
right? They said people had to go pay hundreds of dollars an hour to go to the studio. People had studios in their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So making art is only half the battle. They said 10% in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
but as an independent artist, that's half your battle.
Uh-huh.
The other 50% is doing the back channels to make sure your stuff is put where it has to be, seeing who has to see it, shared the way it's supposed to be shared, and everything. What is the best investment you made into yourself as an independent artist that up and coming independent artists can learn from you to show them it's believable because I've done it?
I let me put this into a tight little context. Upstate New York is on fucking fire. Okay, so we gonna name some names. You know, Griselda, Drumwork, BSF, Trust, Stove God, Ito. We could keep going, right? I could name some ransom all up like upstate New York is crazy, right? So with all of them greats, I have no choice but to elevate my stuff to the point where I'm great like that, or if not the equivalent, maybe even better. You have to rise to the occasion. You have to do something to manifest your will on everything you touch. So some people get distracted by greatness. It will make them back down. I love the game. Having all of these greats in this backyard make me want to be great too. That's a motivating factor for me. I'm not using that as a crutch, like you know, dudes is too fire. I've watched all of those people that I just named. I've watched them reach incredible heights and do things that it's not necessarily guaranteed for another person to do, for a certain amount of years or whatever, because records are always meant to be broken. But um, the way this region is on fire, you gotta be up there. You gotta come with your stuff together. It's some real spitters here. It's no different than what New York went through, what Atlanta went through, what the Bay went through. Like all of the best of the best, they bring out the best in others. That's how I see it.
And that's the thing that bothers me, because a lot of people will say that when it comes to your area can make you great. Stop fighting it. Either you join it, you join the battle to become better, or you just say you're one thing and then you hide your hand.
You
Then nobody.
can't tell me Pac knew he was gonna be Pac.
I don't know.
You can't tell me Big Pun knew he was gonna be Big Pun.
I don't know.
Now don't get me wrong, some people know. Some people know what they're gonna be. And they actually follow through and they get it. But like I don't think Richard Pryor knew he was gonna be Richard Pryor, or Mike Jackson to be Mike Jackson, or Bo Jackson to be Bo Jackson. I think that's more ego than anything. You know what I'm saying? That's that self ego. That's that self validation that we all intrinsically look for. Um, it's a wonderful time to be a part of hip hop. This is the streaming era. It's a whole different. We a part of. If you in the game right now, you're a part of history. I'd rather go down as a part of history than you go to look up my name and you Google it and nothing pop up.
I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break and we will be back with Son of Tony, because now y'all know who he is a little bit more, right? Now we get how we doing so far? We good?
Yeah, we good, we good.
And we gonna go into some of this music, but give me a second.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. And we are celebrating our legends right here, Jersey, baby. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media. Jersey, you know I love you. Jersey, you know we got bars and we got music and we got legends all day. And if you believe in Jersey and you love Jersey like I do, support that Heritage Hip Hop on all social media platforms. This is Redman and I approve this message.
For the old y'all act like y'all don't know, that's my goat. Shout out to Redman for the sound, for the shout out. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into the music, because we talked about you and all that, but the music is what moves the culture. I want to start from the beginning. What's up with Buff Afghanistan off of Son of Tony? Sorry, Son of the Sunday 2. Tell me about that.
uh, so, like every project I do, um, if those that's familiar from my very first project to now, my first record, I usually just try to give a drum a drum set. They might come right after. I try to make one of those records that got a lot of energy and something that I know that the listener will feel, or a tempo that I know that the listener will gravitate to. And I try to line everything up like that. It's just that one where I just go into my mind and I just let it rip, instead of trying to be so constructed and drive so many crucial points together in one thing. That's like one of my favorite things to do, to create those type of records, because being creative is free. It's a freedom. So I'm really just being free on those, and those are the ones that people usually scream about the most. Is like how you bring it in like that, like spaz. And so Afghanistan was just to let them know, about the city that I'm from, and I happen to have been going through some real things at that time too. So it was a little chest pump right there. So just showing the gift,
But no, that's what Ludacris used to do.
man.
As soon as the album came on, Ludacris has one of the best album intros consecutively in hip-hop history, with a
I
beat
agree.
drop and going off. You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
So compare Afghanistan and Pay Me Later off of the new project, Son is a Bastard.
But Afghanistan was it was it was like how we talk to our friends on the street corner, how we just talk to our regular friends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me later is I slap the shit out you. I don't want to talk. I'm talking, but I don't want to talk. So the lines come a little crazier on that one, in my opinion.
I see, but between those two projects, there's a lot of growth for you. I want to ask you, have you been produced or have people given you beats and people just told you how to do it in the booth?
That's not my process.
Okay.
I search for sound, and then sometimes sound find me.
Okay.
I can't speak for other artists, but it takes me a little while to find what I like.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I know that I could turn into my own, and have it stick out in a particular time period, and a continuation of that time period, like a landmark.
Okay.
Those really be the aims for it, but it's so much growth there just from living life. Life get the best experiences, in my opinion.
That's a fact. I want to focus on Toast with Dice Payne.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're going to talk about growth. How did you find the sound for Toast? Because Toast is more, I would say, more lenient from you than most
Yeah,
other songs you make. Talk about that.
the label made me do that. It's like, no, you gonna get on this Apollo Brown record. You gonna have to slow it down for me one time, because I generally I go a little ham sometimes.
I'm back.
This kid. So I generally, I, so the way it was told to me, you know, by multiple people, is that I'm not talking about the streets. Those be my best records, because I'm I'm slinging with a divine purpose. It's actual striking points. It always is though to me, whether I'm going with the rapid fire, or you know, I'm a tempo guy myself, so I generally strive for tempo. But I'm real particular about the. That's just one of them records where half the battle was already won, because the beat was fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The beat was fire. So once the idea was presented to me, like, yeah, you should kill that, I went ahead and I bounced on it just to retrospect. You know how Nas had records like The Gun, or
Yes.
or Rewind, or something like that. It was something to make you feel, and those of us that remember what it was like, just reminiscing of how we grew.
But we're talking about maturity and growth, project to project. Because Sun on a Sunday too, it was like man talk, like you said. The other one was more vibrant. I compare that song to Slavery, because
Mm.
again, maturity of voice and even how you convey your message. Tell me about how do you compare that to how your growth from Toast?
Woo. Uh,
Oh, y'all listen to the songs, ladies and gentlemen. I don't play on here.
I thought I was losing my mind. Sometimes,
Mhm.
sometimes the pain comes so often and so rapid and so unexpected that you'll lose sight for a minute of what really matters and why you doing what you love in the first place. Everybody handle grief um, differently.
Facts.
Slavery was me admitting the stuff that was keeping me down.
Hmm.
It was an honest conversation with myself and a listener, and me acknowledging that um, at that point in time when it was created, I was a prisoner of my own environments. I had to change that. I had to change that. I had to break free. So toast in a way was kind of like that. So I could see why you would say that. It is kind of reminiscent of that. Um, but yeah, it's the stuff that keep you down be the stuff that help you grow too.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because being a rapper that comes from the pain aspect, you keep digging into the bag, yo. What does that do to you inside when it's time to create?
For me, whatever the painful thing is, it it emboldens me. That gives me a fire because nobody like this shit life throw at you, right? Like life will throw some heavy shit on you. And then, generally when you going through some type of some type of destruction or some type of rebuilding or some type of growing period, growing pains, uh people aren't always readily available or open-minded enough to even hear what you're going through because they got their own problems, right? How are you going to get past the people that you can't talk to? Or then you got the people that just answer you because that's what they like to do. They like to hear their self-talk. The real therapy come when you searching for the answer. No
Mm.
therapy happens unless you find the right answer or the right place to look for those answers. So until you do that, you can't go nowhere. You just a victim to whatever this thing want to do to you and just keep doing and keep doing it. You have to accept that until you do something to change that. Slavery was my cry to myself like it's over.
Mm.
I had enough.
Yo, that's deep, because you know what? That brings me to shout out to Sliding Doors. She said sometimes you don't know how.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Shout out to you.
Because you know what's real? I'm gonna be honest with you. Slavery to me was connected to the song Ascension on the album. And Ascension got your verse. I'm the get artist name with you.
Say that again.
Who's the other artist?
Planet Asia.
Planet Asia. Okay, I want to be sure. Because yo, let me tell you something. And when people see one thing I love about hip hop is when you really listen to it, you get the soul of the artist. You see what I'm saying? Because most people like, yo, the beat nice or spitting, but can't tell you a verse.
Right?
Yo, Ascension, you and Planet A where that was necessary. That I don't think people are ready for.
I've been waiting for somebody to say that.
Talk
Thank you
about it.
for that. Thank you for that. Because the record too raw. It's too raw. To me, that one is undeniable. For sure.
Wait a minute, one second. It said I'm a little choppy out here.
Okay.
We be having microphone problems all day, everybody. We apologize to y'all out there, but the show don't stop. I love this dude right here. You know I got respect for you. Because when you wanted to come back, I wanted to have him on there. And the reason why I have so much respect for him is because you got to respect the man that puts it all out there and will walk with his head up no matter what's going on in the world. Some people fail and they put their head down. Some people win and they run to hide to themselves. He doesn't do either one of those things. He stands on his word and he's traveling through life telling the world it's not always easy, but I'm going to make it no matter what anybody says, and I respect that. And that song Ascension for me did something special because the street dude is always characterized as the villain. The street dude is always characterized as the person who is evil, no matter what. But it's the same characteristics of the man from the street that makes Fortune 500 companies, CEOs, mathematicians, scientists, teachers, pastors. Nobody's innocent from pain and struggle. And it's the people who could perfectly harness their pain and put it into words or expression that not only heal themselves, but they heal the world around them. That's what Ascension did for me, bro. What you got to say about that?
That's dope. Oh, well, thank you, man. But, this time after everything that happened, it felt like I was fighting for me again. And I think the fight for self is one of the hardest fights, man, because you can just let yourself go. It's a lot of people just let themselves go.
Facts.
I only got this one life. I only got this one lifetime. You gonna know me before I go. And after I go, you still gonna know I was here.
I respect that. I respect that totally. A lot of people believe in different things when it comes to life. I don't believe we have one life. I believe we have many lives. We just die once. Because every time you go to sleep, that's your new life the next day. And sometimes it's a continuation of the past day. But you ever had a good day, had a bad day, and then had another great day right behind it? That's 3 lifetimes. Because those are 3 instances of the past that can make a better future. So that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really marveled at this new project. Give me 1 second. I think my mic is messing up now. Hey, while we talking, I'm, I'm playing with buttons to make the microphones work. How I sound?
You sound all right to me.
Alright, I'll try it again. We doing good. I mean, look, we gonna keep it going. I want to get back into your project, though. I want to get back into your project because Ascension was the one for me. I like Oxygen too. Tell me about Oxygen. Because it reminded me of another song.
Breathing in oxygen. All of this weight like trying to throw on top of him. It ain't no stopping him. His energy is optimum. Standing on top of him. Ops not a lot of them. That's that battle cry. That's that that's that Sparta.
But it reminds me of energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I got certain chambers that I frequent. I feel good in those.
Energy is dope. One of another intro record from Son of One.
It's a side B to that too.
What is that?
Energy B side.
I don't have that.
Yeah. It's a B side to that.
So I gotta get that.
Yep.
Stop holding it.
It's 2 videos for it too. It already dropped.
I need to get that.
Yeah. Gosh.
Let's talk about your growth in producing a project. Because some people what they do is they put out a 2 type of a project with a bunch of songs and a project that's more conceptual. This is the first project I can say you made something where you paced yourself. Am I correct?
That I pace myself?
Yes.
I didn't pace myself. Like
No?
my mind was gone.
Okay.
My mind was gone. So all of this has been the fight back. These are all records for me to fight back for all that I lost and for all of the wasted time spent, in that grieving mode. So that's me coming up for fresh air and reasserting myself as the dominant person that I am.
So when you made Do that wasn't made to pay the album to give people if you do on stage, you monotony.
The crazy thing about Do That is it was my daughter asked me a question, but that's the light part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The way I originally heard it after she asked me this question was a call and response.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Then just you know how sometimes the words just grab you, might be first thing in the morning, and then something started coming to me. So it just started out as a freestyle, but what I said is stuck. And I said, no, I gotta keep it. That one I could use, that one I could get people to interact with. I didn't feel like I had many records like that, so I feel like that's a one for me. So, yeah.
Now you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I said about pacing it, because now it's like, yo, we know you can rock, you got high energy, but when Do That came on, I was like, oh,
Different.
he going to the crowd. He going to the crowd. That's what's dope to me about hip hop, because like some people, like I said, some people just make albums, they just rap a whole bunch of songs, but like you can tell who's more primed, because then they could incorporate the crowd into it. They could put a storytelling into it. They could rhyme. They could do so much. It's like a cake, yo. And the funny thing about Son as a Bastard is, when you think about a bastard, right? You think about someone who's unforgiven, unloved, someone who's unworthy, someone who's always looked down upon. But when you come away from this project, you are worthy to be heard. And by Do That, we're bringing the people into the project. Not only are you giving them an opportunity to hear you, but you're giving them an opportunity to grow with you. Why is that important to you?
Because I feel like a bastard.
Mm.
I ain't got no parents, and there ain't no father to my style. That's the whole meaning of Son is a Bastard. There is no father to my style. I hear a lot of people daddy. I don't hear my daddy. I hear me.
Mm.
So it's a declaration of my artistry. I'm different than a lot of y'all. Maybe all of y'all. Probably all of y'all. And I love that for me. I love being an anomaly. There are many people that remind you of many people. That's important to me, that I am individualized. This is an individualized. When you talk about me, you have to talk about me. Now, do I get comparisons to other artists? I get that all the time. All the time. But people are used to putting things in a box in order for them to see the whole package better.
Facts.
All you doing is limiting the thought process that you could have. You're not giving it no room to grow. So that's what this project is. It's 4 parts. That just happened to be the first one.
I want to end the conversation of the project off with one thing. Restraints is not the opposite of Pay Me Later, but it wasn't a continuation. It's called the ending of Pay Me Later. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about Restraint, and why did you choose to make that as the closer for the project?
So I speak from the heart. Fahim means one who is wise or knows, or one who understands. So I don't know how to not talk with my heart.
Mm.
It's people that can talk, but they can't talk with their heart. I talk with my heart. When I'm doing this, restraints is me. I'm even saying it in the bars. I'm saying I stop breathing when I'm sleeping. She's scared I'ma go. I ain't stressing it though. This is till I die.
Mm.
Even if I didn't be in the public eye and I chose to sit it down, I would still create these records because that's what I am. That's who I am. So, this is only a setup, because it's another one about to drop Friday after next on the 26th.
Damn. Okay.
Son is a Bastard Act 2. Yeah, Friday after next.
Okay. Shout out to my man Fave. Fave beat the handing out is over. goal. Of course, because you want to be recognized as who you are and not as a clone of somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're going to end off. We got to the end of the interview. We've been on for a minute. We fought through microphone issues, but this is my man right. I'm gonna fight for him to get his time. So before we get out of here, I want you to stand on your square. Tell everybody who you are. Where's your project? Why should they get? How can they get in touch with you more?
What up, world? It's the one and only son of Tony. My new project, latest project, Son is a Bastard. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, you name it. If it's a digital streaming platform, I'm there. You just gotta look for this face. It ain't nobody that look like me neither. You got this face, you got the face on the hat. Can't miss it. Sonatony.com. There's some information there, bio with some merch. You like merch? Go ahead and get you some merch. I appreciate your support. I gotta come back again, man, because it ain't over, man. I'm a foot on neck. Foot on neck.
All right. Hey, look, I told you, man. First time we respect you, you got music, give it in. No
Man,
problem.
you said some things to me today that made my absolute day. It's always a pleasure to talk with somebody that doesn't just have the intellectual prowess, but has the heart. Gotta love the game. There's a lot of people that got a voice about this game and they don't love the game. Shut up.
Damn.
Learn how to love the game. Go sit down until you love the game, then come back.
All right. Y'all heard what he said. Go love the game first and then come back. But since y'all out there dropping the ball, always come back to Heritage Hip Hop. Look at that down there. Subscribe to heritagehiphop.com. You can follow Heritage Hip Hop on all social media. But it's not about me. Let's get back to him. See, last time you was on here, we did rapid fire questions. Right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to do impressions.
Impressions?
Impressions, yeah. We actually do the impressions is this. I'm going to ask you something. You tell me the first thing that comes to you. That's the impression. All right? You ready to go?
Let's go.
Boom, boom bap music.
Essence.
The essence. I like that. Afghanistan.
Just a growl.
The ground?
Just a growl. That's a mean ass growl. Like, you know, when you testing the dog and you ain't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that warning.
Telegraph.
Oh, hip hop.
I know you ain't expect that one, did you?
Nah. Yeah. I was shocked. Yeah, that caught me.
Yeah. Black and gold.
Me.
Black and gold.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do album covers too, ladies and gentlemen. I have 3 more impressions from you. I like to give from you, and you tell me what it is. The microphone.
My voice to speak for the world.
The cell phone.
The necessary tool to connect us in modern day time.
The last one is hip hop.
My mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my nephew, my ancestors, everything.
That was peace. I like that one. That was peace.
It's heritage hip hop. We talking hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop was my family. Hip hop was more of a family than family when family wasn't family. I don't even need those.
Sound like a song. Sound like you making a song right now.
Yeah. Always making a song in my mind.
That's what's up. So to close out the, I'll ask you last time about your legacy. When you leave the earth and you're in the hip hop music, how they're gonna remember. I ask you more so relevant question in this off. With people fighting over who created hip hop, we can lose hip hop due to people egotistic, non-truthful. You have what's now called foundational Black Americans saying we made it, and we have videos of people doing breakdance from the 1930s and vaudeville shows and the Chitlin Circuit in the South. We have people rapping from the 1950s in gospel music. We have Puerto Ricans saying, no, we did, and they're fighting for their recognition. Now, which is funny, we have Caucasian people. They make pop because they built the NPCs. With everybody fighting for hip hop, what do you think is going to take for hip hop not only to overcome the argument, but to be the peace, love, a united front that brings everyone together under fun again?
I think, and this might sound like an unpopular opinion, but I feel like the way that we don't appreciate the music now is gonna take something bad to happen. Like it already is for people to understand. Like let me put this into context for people. How many stars have we lost since like maybe 2017? I'm just talking about from 2017. These are lives and legacies in damn near individual schools of learning from different people, and they're just there in audio form, or it might be some video because it was recent. But there's too many stars going. We already losing that in music. We already losing the streaming, all of that crazy stuff. So it's gonna take something else bad to happen for us to really appreciate what we have. I mean, it was like Sean Price and MF Doom like back to back. Like it made no sense to me. Like the way us musicians and entertainers are dying is ridiculous. And I think there's really something with that. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I love the game, man. I look forward to coming back and seeing y'all again. But for those of y'all that's just meeting me, y'all my favorite people to meet because y'all don't know how it really gets. So I want you to go back to the catalog and I want you to check a couple things and know that there's something else coming in the next 2 weeks. Look forward to hearing y'all comments. Make sure y'all follow me. I'll follow y'all back. Hey, thank you for having me.
Oh, all the time, bro. And that was deep what you said, that something tragic may have to happen. Because unfortunately, some wild assholes in the world got to go to jail before they could be humanized and come back to society who never wanted them to go away in the first
It's
place.
going to take something to make them humble and appreciate the soul of it again, the art of it again. We don't appreciate nothing until it's gone.
Yeah. We lose our women. We lose our jobs. We lose our children. We lose body parts. We lose our sanity before we realize it was always in our control. And that's sad. And you know what? With that being said, I'm going to say this to everybody. Make sure you don't lose your sanity. Make sure you don't lose the ones that you love. And be sure to always protect the ones that you love as well. I'd like to give a shout out to Son of Tony for not only believing in heritage hip hop, he's been here multiple times. So if you know any artists who would like to be on the Heritage Hip Hop podcast, bring them up here. We ready.
Okay,
Look,
for sure.
we here.
For sure, I got you. It's some spitters here, man.
All right, hey, they make quality music. I could give them a quality interview. You know what I'm saying? Because if you like this interview, your music helped create this interview, not me just putting some shit together.
I already know.
And I want to show everybody something. If y'all haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen, if you see that, that's a little website right there. This is my merch. That's the kids' shirts right here. But yeah, man, Heritage Hip Hop has a store.
That's hard.
And I would like some support if y'all can. Let me see if I can get this so I can see it. There we go. Heritage Hip Hop has a store on tpublic.com. As you see, we have logos. We have the New Jersey Hip Hop. We got the New Jersey State badge. We also have our superhero right here, the Prophet. We got the artists from New Jersey on the state and the logo and the shield. If you would like to support Heritage Hip Hop, please go to tpublic.com/Heritage Hip Hop. Copy a shirt, man. Copy a shirt. It do me well. Also, if you don't want to get a shirt, hey, $ Heritage Hip Hop on Cash App, because I am building a platform to be great. This is not a one and done for me. I am more than a podcaster. And if you have not been on the platform before, check it out. I have the Mic Council, which we talk about issues that affect the hip hop community. And one thing I can tell you that affects the hip hop community is we don't appreciate our artists enough. We don't appreciate artists enough, and it's a pleasure to always talk to artists who not only believe in their craft, but they believe in me enough to have a conversation with them to show the world they are worthy of our time and our attention. So to some again, thank you for the show. I appreciate sliding with the logo and the shield. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to do a photo with you and your stuff. And if you want a bucket hat or something like that, everybody, hit me up, DM me. We got hats, we got hoodies, whatever you want. You want Heritage Hip Hop on it? Yo, I got you. So final words, sir?
Peace to all of y'all. I wish you and your families health, wealth, and happiness. And if you don't have a purpose in life, just keep listening. Hear it, follow through. Life is about purpose.
Find your purpose. And with that being said, peace. And we out.
Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real